just shift our focus to neighboring Karnataka and sort of talk about the fact that the entire Karunanidhi family is in the fray there this time, and the BJP's Kumar is not H.D. Devagowda family is what I wanted to say, sorry, and the entire family is in the fray there from various places. The sons, the grandsons, everybody's in the fray. BJP has leveled the allegation of dynasty politics rearing its head again there, but it's not that. That's the only political party which is in the business of ensuring that their sons and grandsons are looked after.
There are two narratives. One is the narrative of development, good governance, security and nationalism propagated by us. This is what we claim. And there is a narrative of corruption, dynasty politics and appeasement represented by Congress party. So definitely Congress is aligned with Janata Dal Secular led by J. Devagowda, then H.D. Kumaraswamy, and down now Nikhil Kumaraswamy is also contesting. So they are in natural alliance, and on 23rd May, the people of this country will reject this kind of dynasty, appeasement and politics of corruption. Means we are for sure.
Well, what's your view on this?
I think where I disagree with him on he's saying is the narrative. If you juxtapose or compare Congress manifesto and BJP manifesto, one thing is clear, BJP is playing on the politics of fear and Congress is pitching politics of development. Mr. Modi has acted like a classic magician where Achhe Din, jobs, price rise, corruption, which were on page 4 of their 2000 manifesto, have vanished into thin air, and he's played on the new trick of jingoism and hyper-nationalism, thinking the crowd will clap, but it will fail. Number two, I'm also astonished equally, I have the report with me statistically from Lok Sabha, 44.4% of their Lok Sabha representatives come from dynasty families. I may be wrong. Number three, when Sukhbir Badal, Harsimrat Badal, Prakash Singh Badal, Mehbooba Mufti, her late father, Uddhav Thackeray, Pankaja Munde, Poonam Mahajan, Anurag Thakur. When Jyotiraditya contests from Congress, he's a dynast. When Vasundhara Raje contests from BJP, she's got the cleanest label of the cleanest politician. So I think let's shed the hypocrisy of the entire thing.
No, if you
the real issue, sorry I didn't interrupt you. The real issue, coming back to the point, is this. People today have a clear option on the table. On one hand is the politics of fear, where you are pandering like any dictatorship, nationalism, we are in threat, we are in country. Let me tell you one thing. BJP will lose because of their compromise on national security. National security will be the Achilles heel of BJP, which will lead to their political death warrant. And the reasons are simple. No matter how many propaganda movies you launch, how Modi ji and Amit Shah are shown as Krishna and Arjun after the surgical strike, the 40 dead soldiers, the martyred soldiers, their families want an answer. If election commission officers can be chartered on an aircraft for polling, why couldn't they have been put on an aircraft, and why such a massive intelligence failure?
That I'm sure you would want to say too, but I just want to say something, that you can't be transporting CRPF Jawans. I mean, at everything on private choppers.
You are much more experienced than me. You are much more experienced than me.
Yeah.
That specific day, there was an advisory.
Yes,
it
there
was contemplated whether there should be airlifted or a highway should be used. And therefore, there was a clear choice. My only example is, I am not acting judge, jury, executor that he is to be blamed or anybody. There should be an inquiry if a Naxal attacks happen in Chhattisgarh, if an attack happens in terrorists, if terrorists reach my air force bases. What is the intelligence agency doing? As my citizen, I might be called a Pakistani after the show, but I have that right to know and I want to know.
So Congress says that national security is going to be Achilles heel. What is your...
Look, since the inception of this party, Bharatiya Janata Party and Bharatiya Jansangh, we have raised the issue of Kashmir, national security, development, nationalism, and we are not apologetic in that. Means in Chhattisgarh, a few days back, our MLA was killed by Naxalites, but we never blamed and we never tried to have a propaganda against the Chhattisgarh government, because we know that there is Naxal problem and there was security loophole, and because of that. But if you see what exactly happened after Pulwama, on that on 14th February only, first Hardeep Surjewala did a press conference and blamed the government. Then for 6 days they were silent. On 21st February they came up with a press conference. Hardeep Surjewala said that at 3:10 Prime Minister was having this kind of meeting in Jeb Corbett, and 3:15 he was having that. So definitely opposition has a role, and they should definitely raise question that inquiry should be set up, and where we went wrong, that should be done. The problem is that when they ask about the dead body, when they ask about other things, the problem is there. The thing is that after Pulwama, we did Balakot. After Uri, we did surgical strike. But what happened after 26/11? Air Force was ready for
This
air
is-
strike.
this is-
So
this is-
that
this
is where the problem lies. means everyone knows in this country that national security, the borders are safer in the hands of BJP leaders if you compare that with Congress leader. That is for sure.
One thing we must should be true to our political historical knowledge. Have we forgotten that Mr. Modi stood on the site of 26/11 and did a press conference? You would be more aware than me. Miss Smriti Irani, bangles are not a sign of women's weakness. But Miss Smriti Irani said, I want to send a box of bangles to Sardar Manmohan Singh after 26/11. By that logic, metaphorically, they've opened an entire warehouse of bangles, if that is a. Number two, again and again, what did you do after 26/11? Are you blaming the security forces, the Indian Air Force, the Indian Army? If I was to know, under whose regime Kargil happened? Who was responsible when Bangladesh was created? Whose regime they reached the parliament?
This is a debate that is never
no,
ending.
the
This can
point
just
I am
go on
saying
and
is,
on. Yeah.
ultimately, it will be etched in the history that there was a prime minister, there is a party who started calling the Indian army Modi ji ki Sena. The late Mr. Parekar, I really respect him, but he said, वो पहले एक वानर सेना की तरह थी इंडियन आर्मी, मैं हनुमान की तरह आया, उनको उनकी शक्ति पता चली और मैं वहां पहुंच गया. तो जब कुछ लोग चड्डी में घूम रहे थे सन 65 और 71 की लड़ाई में, तब से हिंदुस्तान की सेना हमारी रक्षा करते आ रही है. सो लेट्स नॉट ड्रैग इंडियन आर्मी इनटू आवर
I agree.
politics.
So this is a point of contention, and this is something that definitely the army and the air force and the defense services definitely should not be politicized. Not that anybody is saying that the BJP or the Congress, either of them have been politicizing it, but the fact of the matter is that the political narrative in this election season has become of such a nature. There's a lot more to discuss in this second phase, but there's very little voting time left. So I would advise whoever's watching us right now, if you haven't voted yet, please go out and exercise your franchise. That's very, very important. We'll keep bringing you more updates. Keep watching Hindustan Times.
Especially first time voters.
Yeah, especially first time
First-time
voters.
voters.
Please, thanks.